change. Restructuring, reworking, recalibrating, reprogramming, change. Okay, let's... I feel like whatever you can identify with is considered an opposing force, maybe in your life. Something that's in opposition to you, or what you're motivated against, like motivated towards, or called towards, is it's giving sore loser. And I'm not trying to judge, I'm not trying to insult. It's just more like, you know, the difference between like a good person and maybe somebody who needs, you know, a little bit of self, you know, awareness by not how they win, but how they lose. And that's important, I think, in this conversation, because you can tell a lot about somebody by how they lose. And if they're not willing to just kind of take their accountability, decide that it's, you know, a lesson learned, and move forward with that, you know, with whatever feelings that they have. Some people or some things will stick around and have the mentality of, well, I already lost, I got nothing to lose at this point, so I might as well hurt some feelings. Yeah, like, yeah, I think I think maybe, and maybe you didn't know they were sore losers from the start. You didn't know that they were this type, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it's like the quote, you know, does the end justify the means? You know, everybody could have a different answer, but maybe in this case, you didn't know this was this type of person until you either won or you got to the end of a cycle of some kind, and, you know, where you were starting to get some love, you were starting to getting some recognition. And yeah, like a hidden aspect to this person is being revealed in way of, after seeing you survive something or win something, you know what I'm saying? Trying to kind of kick dirt your way when you're not the reason this opposing force lost. And losing is a state of mind anyway, you know, in a real way. Like, you have decision over if you feel like you're a failure or not in certain regards, you know, in a lot of ways. You get the choice over that. And I think this person is projecting that outward in kind of a way. Person, place, thing, and, you know, opposing force. Take it how it works. Yeah, I think in this case, a very secretive person. I think they were really, really good at making themselves seem very happy for you overall. Like, close enough to be nosy, you know what I mean? Close enough to know what the tea is with you, but not enough for you to know that they actually have been maybe jealous of you or insecure about your connection to them in some regard. Yeah, like, instead of seeing you like somebody who's, you know, like, that they can learn from, or that, you know, would help them in a situation, I feel like they're kind of choosing to see you in a light that kind of supports the narrative that they would have reason to maybe say certain things about you, or end the day with an opinion about you, which, by the way, and I've said this before, other people's opinions of you is not your business. Like, you can't control other people's opinions, and you shouldn't try, because you're just going to make yourself crazy. All you can really control is your own opinion of yourself, which is why that's so important. Sidetrack for a reason. Fool. Maybe that's something that's intimidating, to them, to this opposing force, your ability to just start over and renew yourself at the drop of a hat, and just decide one day that you're done, and and mean it, and actually mean it. I think that's intimidating. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in certain ways, you'll take advantage of the moment, I think, and jump on it and stay with it. And certain things you'll persevere and sit in the background and observe. And if somebody is obsessing enough over you to be jealous of you and in that realm of thinking about you like that, then there's some admiration and love in there. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, with obsession comes a love, like an undying, like, love. And I'm not saying it's secure, I'm not saying it's healthy kind of love, but you're not even bothered by something that you don't like. If you don't actually care about something for real, you're not even gonna get bent out of shape for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost to say, like, there's a love for you, but a hate for you. It's like that they have a very, like, conflicting relationship, I think, with the idea of you, which is sending mixed signals across this relationship or dynamic you guys share, you and this opposing force. Yeah, and exactly. And somebody maybe in their position would look at you and be like, I don't know, I would want more, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe like a braggadocious type of person, maybe somebody who is used to being able to flaunt, maybe, or keep their status, or keep their class based on what they have or what they wear or what they, like, here's a bad example, you know what I mean? Like, I could never be caught without having my nails done, like, kind of person. And again, not to Connie, but and everybody can do what they want. I just mean versus somebody who's comfortable with not having their nails done. You know what I mean? If you're somebody who's like, I just like having my nails done, like, that's just that. Like, that's just, okay, cool. Like, no problem with that. But if you're like, you don't have yours done and I always have mine done, which makes you less than me, like, so the fact that you don't think that way, you know what I mean? Like, it challenges their system a little bit, I think. I think it challenges them. I think it challenges them, and they are drawn towards you because I feel like they're meant to learn something from you. And I feel like they know that they're meant to learn something from you. And I think they're being a little resistant. Yeah, I don't think they plan for you to show up and be like, okay, everybody, it's time to get better and to start doing things the right way around here. I think that's met with a lot of resistance at first, like, for a time. Yeah. And you know what I mean? It shows kind of how much they let go of themselves and, let themselves sit in suffering and pain by choice for a long time, if that makes sense. And that takes a grieving period, and that's understandable, and that's valid. But you, being the presence you are, will call that out immediately. And people who are not ready, who have been avoiding it for so long, yeah, who have been fear of moving on, yeah, they're going to look at you and go, that's scary. Yeah, they're... Yeah, like they see you and they want to take your ideas, they want to take your advice, and they see that you're well versed and that it, and that it just takes a drop, it just takes the start. But they're kind of being stubborn, and they don't want to, release themselves. Like everything else in life has, they've called it to release them, and it has, and all they have left to do is to release and to forgive maybe themselves. And you know what I'm saying? And it's all stemming from you in a sense of, like, I feel like you're just a big giant example right now. Like, you don't really have to do a whole lot to kind of make people polarized. Woo. Yeah, I think right off the bat, it gives people kind of like, no, like, I don't want someone like you around. Like, you're just gonna keep rubbing it in my face that you know what you're doing and I don't. Like, no, that's not exactly, yeah, no, just because I'm here to say the truth, it means I love you more. It means I love you more if I'm willing to share with you how, yes, if I'm really willing to give you the transformation in a nutshell and help present it to you in a way that, you know, is bite-sized, manageable, and you don't decide to take it. That's not up to me as a person, just like it's not up to you. You know what I'm saying? We can't decide, you know, when we offer things to people if they are to take it. But I think people are very quick to dismiss you because they know what's coming next. And don't be afraid of the death card. Death just means transformation. It can't, you know, you're passing the point of no return. You're becoming something that you never will be or never was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's a transition period, and people have been comfortable in their suffering for a long time. So yeah, and a little selfish, and you know, and that's okay. And there's nothing wrong with being selfish in the right way. You know what I mean? You have to, you know, focus on yourself. And if all you have to do right now is just to be an example to these people or opposing forces that, you know, that it is best to look out for yourself, then you're teaching everything you need to teach. You know what I'm saying? Like, then just put one foot in front of the other, and the classroom and the supplies will be provided. You just need to show up and clock in for your day job, as in the teacher. You know what I'm saying? And that's enough. I think that'll take you very far. And the people that are opposing you will realize they'll put you in a seat of honor. And I don't mean that in like you will, you know, get rewarded. I mean that in a sense of you will get what's coming to you, because like the respect that's coming to you, because you are the type of person that is persistent and that means well and has good intentions, and that will always shine through any dark shadow. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is done in the dark will come to the light. And if you had good intentions along the way and all you care about is trying to help people heal just by example, just by offering it to them, not forcing it down their throats, then that's all you can do. And you know what I'm saying? And they'll see their ways. They'll realize they're being stubborn and that you're just trying to offer them, you know, a better mindset and a better perspective. And it really is up to them at the end of the day if they take it. But all you can control is how you react and if you have a peaceful day. So I hope you have a peaceful day.